Hey people, Duncan here. Let's talk Statue of Liberty. But first, please subscribe to my channel, like my video, comment in the box below, and hit that bell for notifications. So here's a few things that you may not know about the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty actually resembles three ancient goddesses that a lot of people don't want to talk about. And when you consider the Freemasons, when you consider the Illuminati, and all the dark history that this country has had, let's talk about the Statue of Liberty now. First and foremost, we know it as Lady Liberty. The funny thing is, though, it strongly resembles, first, the goddess Ishtar. Okay? And Ishtar is the goddess of fertility, love, war, and sex. Then you got the Statue of... Okay, so now you got the Statue of Liberty also represents the goddess known as Libertaris, and this is the goddess of prostitution and freedom, okay, of slaves. Then you got the fact that the Statue of Liberty also represents Helios. Now, Helios is the sun god, okay, and I mean, let's face it, the sun god is just another example of Satan himself. So you have this Statue of Liberty that is strongly built on these almost near satanic figures, these goddesses, these entities, deities, if you will. And this is our statue. This is our monument. You see, the forefathers were putting a clear message out to us. This country was founded on some dark stuff. You can look in all areas. You can look in D.C. and see the map of D.C. and realize that the whole thing is mapped out like a pentagram. There's obelisks in D.C. The monument, the George Washington Monument, is a freaking obelisk. There's obelisks all over the world in places where it's high on religious history, cults, or just a lot of spiritual energy. You see, this country is lathered in bohemian and skull and bones candidates. It's got a dark history. And you could look at everything from the Georgia guideline, the Georgia guidestones, which one of the very first things, if you don't know, these guidestones were built by, some say Christians, some say satanic cults. But one of the main things on the top of it, one of the number one guidelines, is to keep the population under 500,000. So think about the world today, everything we live in this country, and tell me they're not trying to eradicate a vast population in this country. It's written in these, you can look it up, Georgia Guidestones. It has 10 or more guides, a list of guidelines on how to keep America functional. Okay, it's very interesting. Now, a lot of people compare it to America's Stonehenge. They say it's a satanic ritual built by Satans to reach out to the heavens, the aliens. It's all in there. Okay, the question is, why? Why was it built? Why is there this monument here with guidelines talking about eradicating seriously 80% of America's population? That's a question you got to ask yourself. Now, if you go on, you can see that, like, even the skull and bones, okay, they have a tomb. They're inside inside Yale University. They had a tomb, and there's lots of history, lots of stories about dug up bones and ancient rituals and just satanic type stuff. And the Skull and Bones, as you may know, is one of the deepest state societies there is. It's literally programmed and created every president this country has had. So, when you look at that, and you look at, all sorts of strange things that really make no sense. Okay, like the 51st element on the periodic table. It's almost an alienish element. Okay, it's called Antony. Okay, and literally the 51st element has the same sign as Osiris. And if you don't know, Osiris is the Lord of the Underworld and the Judge of Dead. So, these are just a few examples of how America has a history of Satanism, satanic cults, Freemasons that are turned Illuminati. It's this whole entire country has a history of a lot of dark, satanic type questions. So don't be fooled when you hear what they want to feed you, because remember, Satan's greatest lie was to convince us he doesn't exist. So every time they tell you the chemtrails don't exist, and the hormones in your food don't exist, and the pentagrams in the sky don't exist, remember that. Satan's greatest trick is to convince us he does not exist. So they will go to all extent levels to convince us that they're not doing this. But it says right there on their guide stones, the number one thing is eradicate 80% of the population. Cut it down to 500,000 people. We have over 1 billion people in this country, and the number one guideline is keep the population under 500,000. Now, when you look at everybody dying, the war, when you look at all the cancer rate, the diseases, when you look at everything else the government is doing absolutely nothing to stop, or in fact maybe even encouraging, you got to ask yourself, are they trying to meet their guideline? And if that's the case, is this another example of a satanic cult with an agenda? I'd love to hear what you think. Please comment in that box below. Hit that bell for more notifications. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it to all your friends, let everybody know I'm out here. And I'm here to point out the truth, guys, and that's a simple fact. Thanks for watching. Peace. Duncan out.